Cage fighting isn't something you just try for fun. You don't just wake up one day and go, you know what? Today's the day I'm gonna fight, because you will get absolutely rocked. Unless you're my brother. No training, no real fight knowledge. I mean, this guy just spams down B in Smash Bros and calls it skill. Either way, one night he decided to fight, and somehow, he won. My roommate's hometown hosts some low-level cage fighting that's known to get a little out of control. It sounded pretty funny, so we decided to go, and I brought my little brother Reed, fresh out of high school. We didn't plan to do anything crazy, just watch some crash outs try to beat the brakes off one another. We watched a round or two when a manager pulled aside our friend Brandon, who's actually a professional fighter for the American Top Team, one of the best MMA gyms in America. Brandon walked away with him, and then a few minutes later, he came back and said, "Hey, is anyone 200 pounds and willing to fight in an hour?" One of the fighters dropped. Now, I mean, we could, but we would probably leave on stretchers. But out of nowhere, my brother spoke up. "Yeah, I could fight." Our whole crew turned to Reed and cheered. "Yeah, let's go, kick his ass, let's see you fight." In that moment, I had a choice. Do I shut this down and say, "Hey, dude, no, this is a terrible idea. You're gonna get hurt"? Or do I go with the hype? Dude, I'm so bad with peer pressure. Yeah, I went with the hype. We agreed right away, though. Our parents would never know. This would just be a legendary night for us to remember. Brandon walked up to Reed and tried to teach him everything in under an hour. Hands up. This arm stays right here, glued to your guard. You drop it, you're giving him a free shot. But hey man, your opponent, he looks like a total scrub. Looks like he hasn't hit the gym in months. His coaching and pep talk calmed all our nerves a little. Until we actually saw his opponent. And let me just say, Brandon is an absolute liar. Outwalked a 27-year-old dude, close to 250 pounds, built like fat Zangief. I looked at my brother, a lean 200 pounds, and thought,
well, we are gonna be toast, and mom and dad are gonna be so pissed. But hey, no time for backing out now, because it's time!
Reed was all taped up. Walkout song picked, Apache, Jump on It. Banger choice, little man. But all of us were tense. Except for Reed, who had been waiting for this moment his whole life. Welcome to the ring, standing at 6 foot 200 pounds, Reed, showing up with 0 years of experience. All right, let's go. But the song that they played was not Apache Jump on It. It was this weird, slow Latin song. I don't know how the mix-up happened, but it felt like a moment straight out of Here Comes the Boom.
What the heck is this?
Either way, it was go time. So we walked into the crowd trying to get everyone hyped. I mean, everyone loves an underdog, right? The crowd was silent. No one was excited for Reed. But whatever, we got him situated in the ring and Brandon and I sat down in the corner. The lights then got low, and we figured out why no one was excited for Reed. As soon as his opponent's song came on, the crowd got on their feet and started chanting. Well, shit, this guy must be the crowd favorite. Brandon looked at me sitting in the corner and said, "Hey, Reed is just gonna need to make it all 3 rounds. You're gonna be in charge of water and hyping him up. I will stick to the coaching." Zangief then walked in. The cage shut, and the fight was on.
Round 1, fight!
Off the bat, Zangief came running at Reed and smoked him. As soon as Reed got hit for the first time, it was like he forgot all his training Brandon taught him over the past hour. He dropped his hands and lost his defense. He then was pinned right up against the cage, and Zangief started to bash his head in. Reed eventually circled around the ring to buy some space to recover, but Zangief chased him down hard. Brandon and I were really starting to panic, screaming at him to hold his defense and strike back, but nothing was helping. Now, let's pause here for a sec. Earlier that morning, I was working at my computer when Reed came to hit our boxing bag for some fun. I remember him telling me, "Bro, my right hook is so lethal. I bet I could knock out someone with it." Dude, absolutely not. You'd have to hit someone so hard to actually knock them out. If I ever get the chance to fight, I bet I could do some mean damage with it. About a minute had passed, and things were not looking much better for Reed. But then, Like a scene out of a Rocky movie, Reed threw up a kick and got square in the ribs, causing Zangief to stutter. Then, just as he had practiced earlier that same morning, right, left, right, knockout. The crowd erupted. Everyone got out of their seats and were screaming. Zangief barely got to his feet, and after the ref took one look at him, he called it. The underdog won by knockout in under a minute 30 seconds, an actual miracle. He ran around the ring, soaking in all the cheers. It might have been one of the coolest moments I've seen in my entire life. If you don't believe that any of this happened, here's the video for proof. After the event, I called my sister, and she was screaming out of excitement. 1, because he won, 2, because he didn't die, and 3, because my mom and dad wouldn't be too mad when they eventually figured it out. The manager then came up to Reed after the event and told him he won Fight of the Night, which is a pretty big honor. He then pulled out a huge wad of cash and grabbed 2 $20 bills. Sweet. And Reed also paid $25 admission fee for the event, so net win $15. Sweet. But it was well worth every penny, in my opinion.